I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Jamil B. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video, it could be a review, re-review, topic, reaction, randomness, out of the blueness, pretty much anything, feel free. Something I've done before, something I could do in the future, re-review, like I'd say anything, pretty much. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box if you wish. I'm kind of lolly-gadding around, bumbling around because I know this will be a controversial video, because I know this is a very popular film in terms of the audience, user reviews. Like, for example, if you look at the critics, they critical pretty bad, and honestly I can understand why. But if you look at IMDb, very high ratings, like 7 point something. And let me just say this right off the bat. If this film helped you out, because I would read user reviews where people who had cancer, people who had horrible things happen to them, this film they used to help them get through bad times, horrible times, made them feel better, made them work out, whether it be something that happened to them or their family or their friends. I'm not going to take that away from you. I would never want to take that away from you. I'm glad that the movie accomplished that for you. I truly do. All I can say is I've seen this film before. I've seen it again now. I have never cared for this film. And it's not that I'm against Will Smith doing dramatic work. I have issues with Ali, but I like Ali, and I really, really like Will Smith's performance. I think it's a bit too long, and I think there's some aspects of Muhammad Ali's life that I would rather have seen more of, and others I would have seen less of. But I did like the film. I just don't think it's Michael Mann's best movie. But Will Smith did a good job, and the director of this did The Pursuit of Happiness, which I enjoyed. Yeah, it's sentimental fluff, but I thought it was entertaining. I thought Will Smith did a good job. And you could say it's emotionally manipulative, but that still felt like a movie that I got into the story more compared to this. This one, not only did I think it was way too long, at being over 2 hours long, not only do I think it played its hand a bit too early, some people disagree with this, but your first 2 minutes of the film is Will Smith having a phone call and saying, there's been a suicide. Who's the victim? I am. Boom. The rest is flashbacks. So now you already know Will Smith's character is going to commit suicide. Your mind is already going at why is that happening? And then a minute later, or less, you hear, in 7 days God created the world, and in 7 seconds I shattered mine. So, maybe because I had seen, not only when I saw this back then, but more so now, when you see enough movies, you go, okay, this guy's going to commit suicide, and then the first narration we hear is, in 7 seconds I shattered my world. Okay, what could that be as to why he's going to commit suicide? Shattered his world. That means he did something he regrets. Guilt, pain. You shattered it. Not someone did it to you. That means something happened with his personal life. That means something happened to a loved one. In this case, more than one, but to at least a loved one. And so, yeah, maybe it's not that you know the exact details, but yeah, I wouldn't say the movie's trying to have this big twist like M. Night Shyamalan. It's not. It's just one of those that you're kind of figuring out, and then when you get to the end, you go, really? Really? That's what this is about? I don't know why. Something about it just seems more creepy than endearing. I can't put my finger on it. And I can't do the review without spoilers, so super spoilers. He had texted, because he was texting while driving, 7 people died, including his fiancée. And so this entire film, it's him looking at people, picking the right people who are the good people that he himself deems are the good people after research. And then he's going to kill himself, and he does, with jellyfish in a bathtub. And they build that up because there's a point where jellyfish is the most beautiful thing. And then there's a point where, box, jellyfish, don't touch. And then there's a point where he's in his clothes, but he's lying in a bathtub, like studying it. I'm like, okay, bathtub with your clothes on, you're studying. Like, you two already know where this is going. He's going to kill himself with jellyfish. I can't help it. That's just so fucking ludicrous. I can't help it. Suicide by jellyfish. Not just because of... Don't jellyfish have venom? They sting like a motherfucker, but don't they have venom? That is what helps kill you? Not just the pain of the sting, but the jellyfish? Like the venom, right? If that's the case, won't the venom fuck up the organs? But apparently it won't. Maybe we gotta buy the right jellyfish. I'm trying to remember, like, why exactly it had to be jellyfish. But I'm like, jellyfish. And then the reason I guess I thought it was creepy is that it's almost this Messiah complex. You know how the religious thing, like, eat this wafer, and you're like supposed to imagine it's Jesus' skin or something, and drink this, imagine his blood. I'm like, I get the intention, but I don't want to drink someone's blood and eat someone's skin, you know, or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. When you really look at that stuff, it is creepy as well. I'm sure even Jesus himself goes, no, it's a figure of speech. I don't really want you to drink my blood. It just, just talking, just figure of speech. And no, I don't want you to eat my skin. I don't want to eat my skin. So this whole Messiah, like, this is a guy that, yes, he feels guilty for what he did. He made a mistake. That doesn't mean he deserves to die from it, but he feels he deserves to die from it. And he is able to go through with it. And stupidly enough, I don't know if it's meant to be a tragedy or not. Because it's a tragic thing for this character, but it's almost like a hopeful ending because, oh, there's Woody Harrelson. He got Will Smith's eyes, and Rosario Dawson got Will Smith's heart. And they see each other and they hug, and something about that is creepy. I don't know how else to put it. If I saw this on the news at 11, this man killed himself to give his organs to his friends. I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. Just something about that is just creepy to me, and not, the wholesome positivity that other people see from it that obviously I didn't. And when I see stuff in this movie that's just way too overlong, and the point it gets could have been condensed to an hour instead of 2 hours. Like he's talking to people like Woody Harrelson, makes a phone call to him, who is a blind beef salesman who's also a vegan. New one on me, but okay. And Will Smith talks harshly. Hey, you ever had sex? And then Woody Harrelson politely says, okay, sir, have a nice day. As the salesman on the phone. And then when Will Smith hangs up, he's like horrified because he wanted to elicit a reaction. I guess depending on how Woody Harrelson would have reacted, Will Smith would have thought him as a good person or a bad person to not get Will's eyes. And that's also where I'm going. Not all, but some of your criteria is a bit fucking weird to me. Let's think about this. You call someone. You're saying shit like, oh, a blind guy? Why do I have a blind guy? And, what, you're a vegan? But you sell beef? And who the hell's this? And did you ever have sex? So, either A, you react like a normal fucking person. Go, well, go fuck yourself. Does that mean he's a bad person because he reacted like a normal fucking person would? If someone come at you and said, who the fuck are you, you fucking pansy? You ever had sex? And like, yeah, with your mom. Does that mean you're a bad person? Maybe a normal person? Or, here's the flip side. His job is with customer service. That's the job. I know because I've worked in retail. Your job is to be nice as you can be to the customer, even if that customer calls you a cocksucker. As Dalton would say, be nice. If they call your mom a cocksucker, you be nice. Until it's time not to be nice, but you be nice. That's you. So he's a good person because he did his fucking job? What if he was a bad person, but he was smart? I'm a bad asshole who likes to, take a bunch of fucking cocaine, and I beat my... I beat my buddy's automobile to shreds, and I go over there and I piss in their goldfish tank. But at my job, I'm going to play smart and be like, hello there, how's it going? I'm sorry. So sorry. Thank you. So what if they're a bad person, but they're just fucking smart about it? Or, hey, wow, they did their job in customer service. That means he's a good person? Because he did his job? Believe me, there's a lot of people who do their job that are not good people. Again, they're just smart and not wanting to get fired. So that's what I mean, like stuff like, and then like Rosario Dawson, there's so many times where he's like stalking Rosario Dawson. And I like Rosario Dawson, but so no, stop stalking Rosario. You could take this movie and edit it into a horror film with no trouble. I'm not kidding. With the way Will Smith is always crying and morose and sad and more morose. This is a film he wanted to have the Oscar for. I can guarantee it. He wanted desperately the Oscar for this. This is a time where you could tell Will was really trying to get an Oscar. With Ali, Pursuit of Happiness, this movie, and this is the one of his dramatic work, at least the ones I've seen, because I haven't seen all of them, that is like, oh, please give me an Oscar, god damn it. But no, that didn't happen. And Will Smith isn't even bad. I'm not even going to sit here and say he gave a bad performance, but just very... The performance is fine, but it's just... His character is this guy who is obviously mentally unhealthy. He has a brother played by Michael Ealy, who we see them talk every once in a while. But it seems like no one's that adamant to stop Will for what he's doing. Even the doctor, played by Barry Pepper, he's like, oh, I don't know if... Okay, I'll do this for you. Because I had the question, when you pass away and organs get donated to people, I didn't think you chose who the fuck your organs went to. But I guess that's why you have Dr. Dan, played by Barry Pepper. He'll take care of it. Which, I'm sure if people found out, his fucking job would be gone. Because I don't think you can do... Maybe you can do that, but I don't know if... I thought it was anonymous or something, but what the fuck do I know? But in the movie, he'll take care of it. That's why he'll get the organs to where they need to go, to the people that Will Smith deemed. And then by the end, he's successful in his venture of killing himself. And that's why 7 pounds. His 7 pounds of flesh, his 7 pounds of, the 7 people he gives, his eyes to someone. His brother needs something to do with the head. I forget what it's called. Rosario Dawson needs a new heart. And a good chunk of the film is this love story between Will Smith and Rosario Dawson. A good chunk of it. And to be perfectly honest, I just didn't care. Not because I dislike the actors, but just the story that's within... this love story, but this whole thing of the suicide and the jellyfish and the fucking other stuff, something about this comes off as creepy. I fall in love with someone who I'm going to give my fucking heart to, literally. That does sound like a horror movie. Like I said, you could take this film, you edit to a horror film, you would not take much fucking work or effort. It was cool to see some people, like, he helps this woman who's being abused, and the woman is Elapedia Carrillo. If you don't know who that is, that's the girl from Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator. The girl that the lady they find in the jungle, who Carl Weathers is talking, you tell me Hawkins got killed by a fucking lizard? It's a bullshit side job. Fucking lizard. Anna, that was her name, Anna. In Predator. So cool to see her in another movie. Listen, I like Barry Pepper, who's in here as Dan. I don't mind Barry Pepper. I wouldn't say I mind the cast, but just it's really trying to manipulate your emotions. Some movies, you can almost say that with every movie. They're trying to manipulate you in some way, whether they feel scared or you get your adrenaline pumping or feel. But some movies are just, like Patch Adams or Robin Williams or this movie, like they're really trying so hard that I'm like, whatever, man. Like, there's try and there's try hard. I thought this was a try hard type of movie for me. But yeah, it affected a lot of people emotionally, satisfactory way. That's cool. It wasn't for me. I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, I thought it was boring. I thought it was dull. I thought it was way too long. I thought it moved way too slow. I could kind of get where it was going by the halfway point. With this, and that beginning really hurt it. That beginning kind of really foretold what was coming. I think if you chop that beginning off, that would help with it a bit more mysterious. I just, they really wanted to hook the viewer in. Will Smith suicide? But I did, that kind of already gets your wheels turning. And so it becomes less effective, in my opinion, when you see the result. And yeah, the movie's just way too boring, way too long, and I really did not get into the story. I'm sorry about a guy, he feels guilty for what happened, but the idea of killing yourself and then with fucking jellyfish and like, I give my organs to you. You could, with little effort, make this a crazy person with a messiah complex. And idea he's meant to do well. But you know what? I would have preferred Will Smith in a movie like Clean and Sober with Michael Keaton, who he is mentally unhealthy, and he's able to, people control him, but you know what? Your life's worth living. You shouldn't kill yourself. You're deemed unworthy. You know what? This isn't the right way to do it. The right way to do it is, you want to help people, go help people using your knowledge of, I think he's an aerospace engineer, I believe, or help people, whether it be finance-wise, home-wise, something else, help them in their last days, some other sort. I don't know, just the whole, just some, I can't put my finger on it. The whole, I don't kill myself with jellyfish. Which again, wouldn't the venom fuck up the organs? Instead of just, doing it that way? And right off the bat, no one should ever do that. Any way. And I don't want to sit here and say, everybody has had those thoughts at one point in their life. And you feel like everything is on top of you, whether it be guilt, anger, pain, loss, self-isolation, self-absorption, absorption of your mind, which I can't even speak. Yeah, fight through it, and it's an easy thing to say. It's a hard thing to do, but you just gotta keep living day by day because you don't know what will come tomorrow. If you stop living today, how do you know what will come tomorrow? You say it may be worse, but how do you know that when it can be better? And you don't know it could be better. And that's the way I look at it. So I don't know, it's a touchy subject thing where it's almost like the movie. This is not my kind of movie, not my cup of tea, not my. And I'm not saying I just need to see Will Smith fight aliens or be, one of the bad boys. Pursuit of Happiness I liked. Ali I didn't mind, but just this story, this concept, the ending, the pacing was a slog to sit through. It's really trying to get that Oscar. It just felt with the music and it's like, please give me an Oscar. It's like, nah. It just wasn't for me. Wasn't my cup of tea. If it was for you, I'm glad. It just wasn't for me, man. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.